Namaskaram, everybody. It's very, hope you can hear me.
Yes, we
Can
can
you
hear.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Oh, I am not able to hear you. I don't know what is happening. Just let me just check some things. Oh, I know what is happening. Hold on a second. Maybe I can hear you now. Can you say hello or something? I can.
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear.
Hello. We can hear you.
Okay, now I'm able to hear you. I was not able to hear you earlier. There was some problem with my audio settings. Okay, sorry for the delay. I'm actually shifting places, driving to different places, so it's hard to set up everything properly and start doing my work. I've had very less time to even prepare. Hopefully, we can do something real today. Okay, yeah, we'll start in a second. I'm sharing this. I'm already recording this, so it should be okay. Let's start this slideshow. If you can see my screen, let me know.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Let's start. Okay, I'm just summarizing what happened last time. In a couple of these shlokas, that is in the chapter second, that is 2.52, 2.53, and even a couple of shlokas earlier, right from probably 2.45, Madhvācārya introduces interesting views which are very different from Rāmānujācārya's, and it also is the seed or fundamental viewpoint of difference between Rāmānujācārya's commentary on the Gita, as well as a beginning or a prelude to how the other acharyas understood Gita separately, including the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. They followed Madhvācārya in certain ways, particularly in the Gita Bhashya, the way Madhvācārya introduces the Viṣṇu Paratva, or the greatness of Viṣṇu, and also the complete structure of the Bhagavad Gita, which that is the position taken by Śaṅkarācārya and Madhvācārya are one. That is, the first two chapters or the second chapter itself is the summary of the entire Gita. Not the first two chapters, that is wrong, but second chapter is the summary of the Gita. That is the strong stance taken by Madhvācārya and Śaṅkarācārya, not Rāmānujācārya. So this is the first point. And to prove that, or to support that idea, Madhvācārya puts the fundamental ideology in these last few shlokas of the second chapter. That's why we are studying these shlokas slowly, so that we understand the difference between why these acharyas differed so much. Where Rāmānujācārya says that the crux of the Bhagavad Gita is the Bhakti Yoga. And here, Madhvācārya does not disagree that much, that the crux could be, Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti is the main thing. That he probably does not disagree that much. But Rāmānujācārya takes Gita as a Samvada Shastra, where the subject matter topics are developed slowly as the conversation proceeds further. See, there's a fundamental point of view of Rāmānujācārya, obviously gained by the Rāmānujācārya got the Gītartha Sangraha by his Acharya Alavandara or Yamunacārya. So Rāmānujācārya followed Gītartha Sangraha and expanded on that just small work of 32 shlokas or something like that, and profoundly established a powerful Gita Bhashya. So this view takes the conversational view of the Bhagavad Gita as very powerful and important, and clearly it separates out the focus of the several chapters. That is, the first six shlokas, first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita are dedicated for knowing or realizing Jivatma, then realizing Paramatma, that is next 6 chapters roughly, and Bhakti Yoga is at the crux, that is the 12th chapter. Bhakti Yoga is the crux, that is knowing the Lord. Krishna is the highest. And then the next 6 chapters for Rāmānujācārya are clarifications, other doubt clarifications, other support, and things like that. And the last, the word Sarvadharman Parityaja, that is 18.66, is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So, is the main important view of Bhagavad Gita, or the message of the Bhagavad Gita to any person stuck in this universe. So, this is how Rāmānujācārya takes it. Madhvācārya takes it as the first 2 chapters or the summary, but how does he take the rest of the chapters? That is chapters 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way till 18. That is still a question to be answered. We will know. I don't want to give very generic answer unless we have gone through the chapters. If you go through the chapters, you will find it yourself. So it's better to find it that way rather than just taking some summary views. And that is exactly why, even when I followed or talked about Rāmānuja Bhashya earlier, some people take up just the Alavandar's Gītartha Sangraha and go deep into probably explain all of the Alavandar Gītartha Sangraha in a summary way. And that is only 32 shlokas. I didn't want to do it that way because I wanted to give Rāmānuja Bhashya its own importance and say, oh, what does it mean? What does it mean in every chapter? So that's why I have taken it. Even here, I don't want to believe in somebody else's summarization of Madhva Bhashya. If you want to go every chapter, chapter by chapter, that's when you get some kind of an independent analysis, an independent view of these 3 acharyas. So, coming back to 2.52, this is the shloka we covered already. I'm just going to simply summarize what we covered in the next few minutes and then go deeper into some meanings here, where Madhvācārya makes some clear, unique comments and views. Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishyati tada gantase nirvedam srotavyasya shrutasya cha. That what this basically means is when your intelligence loses impurity, yada te moha kalilam buddhi vyatitarishyati. Moha kalila is the quagmire of delusions. Tada gantase nirvedam srotavyasya shrutasya cha. Then this is where he differs. The other acharyas say Nirveda means vairagya. Vairagya means disinterestedness, in the sense that lack of desire.
Dispassion.
Desirelessness. Desirelessness is That's how they take it. Vairagya is without desire. The Madhvācārya says Tadāgantāti Nirvedam. Nirveda means Nitaram Labham. That means eternal gain. You will get eternal gain. Shrotavyasya Shrutasya cha. Here Madhvācārya includes in the Shrotavyasya Shrutasya means whatever you have heard, whatever you will hear. Shrotavya means that to be heard. Shrutasya means what was heard already. So Madhvācārya takes it further. Say, whatever you hear, not only will you hear, hearing is the first step. Where does it end up? That ends up in Navavidha Bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Viṣṇoho, Padasevanam. There is 9 levels of bhakti explained, right, in the Bhagavata. Madhvācārya assumes that Shrotasya, Shrotavya Adi. He says, Adi means it starts with Shravana. Then Manana, Kirtana, all these other steps of bhakti develops. So that is the idea of the entire Vedas. And for Madhvācārya, Vedas have, every word of the Veda is only talks about Viṣṇu and nothing else. So here Madhvācārya strongly impresses using powerful references, quotations from different texts. He takes some of these texts are not available to others. Let's come here. Tadāgantāti nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. Right? So what Madhvācārya understands out of this is, when your nature, life gets away, or you avoid in your life anything against the Vedas. So your whole life and your mentality, you're not at all deluded by anything which are different and against the Vedas. Then you get Samādhi, and you get complete phala is the Samādhi. Samādhi is complete focus on Viṣṇu in a way. And that is the phala of Niṣkāma Karma. What is the phala or the effect of Niṣkāma Karma? Niṣkāma Karma is actions prescribed, done, the actions that are prescribed in the Vedas, when done without any interest in the fruit, without any desire of the fruits, as a dedication to the Lord. So that is Niṣkāma Karma. That will end up in Samādhi avastha. That is complete knowledge and complete realization of Viṣṇu. Kiyat paryantam avasyam kartavyani mumukshana evam karmani iti. Aha. So how long should a person do karma? I want to stop here in a minute. I will ask you a question. Why does this question come up to Madhvācārya? How long should one continue the Veda Vihita Karmas, or the karmas or actions prescribed in the Vedas? How long should one continue to do this work? Why does Madhvācārya even take up this question? Any views? I want to hear from you. Anyone? I guess you're hearing me, right? You understand my question?
Yes, we understand.
Yeah. Why does Madhvācārya even think about this question as to how long should one continue to do Veda Vihita Karmas?
That's because in Shankara's view, once one gets Jnana, he becomes Akarta. So that is not the view of Madhva.
Correct. So once, according to Śaṅkarācārya, once you are a Jñānī, you can give up karmas. So that is why even sannyas ashrama, if somebody takes up sannyas ashrama in the Advaita Sampradaya, they give up all the karmas, the Veda Vihita karmas, like Agnihotra and Agnihotra, Sandhya Vandana, so everything they will give up. No Veda Vihita karmas. Their karma is different, I think. Then the only dhyana is there, I think, or only meditation is prescribed for them. Pranava japa or Pranava upasana is the only thing given, okayed for such people. And I have known. Please don't think that I am trying to attack or belittle Advaita people. I have nothing against Advaita people. That is the whole fundamental idea of what I'm trying to say. All acharyas' views can be reconciled, but you have to reconcile only at the end. But before you reconcile, you highlight the problems, highlight the disagreements, and then reconcile at the end. Don't reconcile at the very beginning. So I don't have anything against Smarata Sampradaya, but the thing is, I have found prematurely, if some people are not even completely realized, they give up karmas because they assume that they are already realized. There is a small difficulty in there, but only people with not everybody can recognize that they are not realized. Then you may ask, how do you know they're realized or not realized? Are you realized? So I understand this question. But if, according to me, if they have not won over Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, and all the 6 problems of life, desires, anger, greed, interest in fame, all these bad qualities, if they have not won over, that doesn't seem, you don't have to be an Einstein to know that they have not realized. Right? So the thing is, this is where there is a word of caution that when can they give up karmas? And
One
yeah,
point I want to know from you, that is, even the Jñānīs, sometimes they get angry over the doings of people. They get angry. That means that they have not won over their anger.
See, there is a thin difference between anger and what is justified anger. Okay, if a child keeps on misbehaving and keeps on doing wrong things and going towards, always going towards vices, where the child picks up bad habits, does always the wrong things, follows the wrong examples, becomes cruel and uncontrollable. The mother or father gets very upset with the child. Is that anger? No. The father and mother are trying to correct the child's behavior. So there is a thin line between anger that is.
Then how one should come to know that I have got over all the other defects and now I am 100% Tattvajnani.
See, the thing is, see, that is very hard to explain, very hard to understand also.
It's only
such a person,
experience.
Such a person,
it's only an experience.
Only experience, and God gives it. You can only try you should use your mind and intelligence to separate out what is anger which is justified and what is anger which is not justified. Right?
That's true.
See, for example, what do you call? I'm just going to give you a very political example, which is very significant during times like this, right? See, the thing is, you have heard one great person saying this, a very great person. I don't want to name names because there's a modern world and everybody will mistake. One person says, if somebody slaps me on one cheek, I will show the other cheek. And that person is a great person who is being followed by billions of people in the world today, right? Do those governments follow those principles? There are so many, nations where that kind of religion is kept high. That is a central religion of several countries. those countries, will they follow in war those principles? If somebody slaps one cheek and they show, oh, okay, slap me here again, will they follow? They don't. But a great personality, a religious leader, powerful person, influential person, divine person did that. So if you look at it, so you can that is why many people attacked Mahatma Gandhi on his satyagraha, right? If Britishers kept on doing all such bad things, including everything you can think of, killing, rape, whatever it is, in different ways, was being quiet and calling it satyagraha the perfect answer? And is that the answer given by Bhagavad Gītā? Does Bhagavad Gītā teach satyagraha? Does it? No. So you have to understand what is anger, what can be tolerated, what cannot be tolerated, and what is justified war. The whole Bhagavad Gītā is about justified war, right? Don't you think even after Krishna said, go ahead and fight, and Arjuna fought, and so many people fought, don't you think there was killing involved?
Yes,
Yes, it was. So what is dharmika yuddha, dharma yuddha? That is why dharma se tattvam nihitam guhayam. We cannot argue in 3 minutes or 1 hour or 4 hours to find out what is dharma.
That's true.
Okay. So the thing is, mahajano yenagata sapantaha. For a person to know dharma, that person has to become a mahajana, beyond very, very realized person. And if all of us are not realized, or some of us are not realized, whatever, you have to find such a person and follow them. Anyway, let's not get out of the point here. The point I was trying to make was, we have to be very careful in understanding Śaṅkarācārya, Rāmānujācārya, Madhvācārya, or any of this. Understanding Vedas, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, and Bhagavad Gītā and all, it's a slow process. You have to really, really think about it. And sometimes it jumps out and says, oh, that does not sound good to me. That does not sound right to me. But you think back and you will know why it is right. Now, coming back, so it is not here. What is the meaning of this? Let's get back to the previous. Yada te mohakalilam buddhirgyadirishati tadagantati nirvedam srotavyasya shrutasya cha. This is what we were talking about. So till what time one should do actions, Veda Karmas? This is explained. It will continue forever according to Madhvācārya. So you never give up your duty of doing Veda Karmas according to Madhvācārya. Yadeti nirvedam nitaram labham prayoga tasmat brahmana pandityam nirvidya ityadi. So he uses the example and says that Nirveda means actually nitaram labham, that is the eternal gain. So the Vairagya is not correct according to Madhvācārya. And then, and also, obviously, he states, Bhagavan, no Jnānī will be upset or bored when he keeps on listening to the divine Leelas of Bhagavān Viṣṇu. So he mentions how Shuka Maharshi and other ācāryas, other great people were completely blown away by the wonderful Leelas of Krishna. Anushtānācya Shukādīnam. We covered this in the last class, that's why I'm taking it slightly fast. So and also says that the beauty of enjoyment of being or participating and realizing the Leelas. This happened even to Alvars like Namalvar, who enjoyed the direct realization of Krishna here itself. So even if somebody has self-realization, even they cannot understand the beauty of realization of such Leelas. And what to talk about people who are in the Swarga. The Swarga Phala, or the Swarga is Nashvara, or temporary. The moment the karmas go away, they have to fall from the aerial vehicles they have and come back somewhere and start over all over again. तेषामप्युपासनाधिफलस्य साधितत्वात् तारतम्यम् अधिगतस्य च. So the thing is, even for the Jñānīs, upasanadi are said. And even among Jñānīs, there is Tāratamya. That means there's a gradation. Not every Jñāni is at the same level as the other Jñāni. So there is Tāratamya even among Jñānīs. So then because there is Tāratamyam, even in moksha, there is Tāratamya. Because even those who go to moksha, some people don't even ask moksha. I don't want moksha ever. I want bhakti alone. That's what some people say. But even they get moksha also. So, tathahi yadi tāratamyam na syat natyantikam viganayanti te prasadam. They don't even care for the blessings of Krishna. Because they think that, oh, bhakti is everything for me. I don't even care for the phala of bhakti. Even if Krishna is pleased, there is no care. I enjoy only the bhakti. And that is the feeling of several devotees. Naikatmatam me prasprahayanti kechite. They don't even want sayujya or becoming one with Lord. Some don't even care for the grace of Hari. Some do not care for sayujya. Ekatvam apyuta diyamanam nagrinhanti. Even if even if they don't ask, sometimes the Lord gives something, right? Even if the Lord gives them sayujya, they say, no, I don't want to accept this. Muktimap yanichhatamapi mokshayeva phalam. So a person who does not like moksha also gets moksha when that person continues with bhakti. The person who likes moksha also will get moksha, like the person called Supratika. I don't know really who this Supratika is. Obviously, I understand that maybe Supratika is mentioned in some Puranas as a very devoted person, a great devotee who asked for moksha and got moksha. Then, so if somebody doesn't even ask for moksha, why does so much of they are praised so much in such laudatory statements? Why? Because there has to be gradation in the moksha. That is the stance of Madhvācārya. So, first of all, we have to understand in moksha there is salokya, sarupya, sarsthita, sayujya. There are some levels understood in moksha. See, I did not have a chance to understand or to think about in Rāmānuja Sampradaya how do they address this as there is no gradation in moksha, because in Rāmānuja Sampradaya there is absolutely no gradation in moksha, and they take this paramasamya, niranjanaha paramam samyam upaiti, the ultimate similarity to Brahman, very seriously. So a person who gets moksha today and a person who got moksha earlier, let us take for example Nammalvar or some Alvar who got moksha long time back. This person will be at the same level of Nammalvar, and there is no gradation there once that person reaches a moksha. So then how do they deal with these 4 levels? 4 levels or 4 states in moksha, which says salokya, samipya, sarupya, sayujya. These are stated earlier in Puranas in several places. I did not have chance to check into this in the Rāmānuja Bhashya. As you know, this study is a very deep study. Otherwise, even this study is not so deep study. If you want to really understand, you have to go through so many levels further. For example, if you want to understand Madhvācārya, you have to understand Jayatirtha Acharya's Tikha on Bhagavad Gītā, and it is very in depth. So maybe it will take a lifetime to understand three different acharyas and the next acharya's explanations of those bhashyas. It's very difficult. So now let's go further. Vachanācca yatha bhakti visheshotra drishyate purushottame tata mukti visheshopi jñānīnām linga vedane. So the thing is, how we see difference in the levels of bhakti here. Similarly, we see levels of bhakti which are different from each other once the subtle body is broken. That means the person dies and they don't come back to life again. They will leave the cycle of births and deaths and reach Vaikuntha. When they reach Vaikuntha, there also there will be levels of difference of their Jnana and Bhakti, even in Moksha. Yoginam bhinalinganam avirbhuta swarupinam praptanam paramanandam Tāratamyam sadaivahi. So the thing is, yogis for whom the subtle body is broken, that means it's gone, they are now ready to go to Moksha, they are in Moksha. Avirbhuta swarupinam, their original self is already attained. They are self-realized in that sense. And beyond self-realized because they have reached Vaikuntha. Praptanam paramanandam Tāratamyam sadayevahi. So once they have reached the Vaikuntha, Tāratamyam sadaivahi, there is always Tāratamya, there is always gradation. And iti vachanācca, there is a statement like this. Yatha, probably this statement is in the work called Narayana Ashtakshara Kalpa. I will clarify this in further here when we look at it. Vachanācca yatha bhakti visheshotra drishyate purushottame tatha mukti visheshopi jñānīnām linga vedane. As difference in bhakti to Hari is seen among Jñānīs, here even in Moksha after Liṅga Śarīra is lost, there is difference in their bhakti. So even the level of attachment, level of love to the Lord itself is different among all these Jñānīs.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
See, in the state of moksha, the expression of devotion to the Lord can be manifested in different muktatmas in different ways. Just the difference, can it be taken as Tāratamya? Because each one, of course, even in that state, will want to please Bhagavan in different ways. Just the difference cannot be Tāratamya, right?
May not be.
Because then it will mean that everybody has to think in the same way and they have to perform the action in the same way. That's not possible.
That's not possible. See, the thing is, how do they clarify the levels of bhakti there is also quite difficult to understand for me. It's hard. So I don't know the answer to that. I also have to do a lot of research on what exactly happens if they have difference in levels of bhakti in that particular. See, the thing is, some people say it could be see, the bhakti is separated as bhakti like how Raja and Bhritya, that means king and a servant, and or something like a friend or a friend or a lover or a mother, father towards children, and things like that, right? The attachment is expressed in different ways, and in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, they take a Madhurya Bhakti as the highest, right? So it depends on how they clarify the levels. I don't understand that very well. I have to do some more research to figure out how they clarify that. But I know that these levels of bhakti are explained in the Gaudiya Sampradaya a little bit indifferently than other Sampradayas. In Rāmānuja Sampradaya, that point does not come up properly because they don't believe in the differences in the bhakti or jnana, there will be samana bhakti, samana jnana there, right? It will be similar. Paramam samyam upaiti means ultimate similarity to the Lord. And in that sense, if one is similar to the Lord, the other one is also similar to the Lord. So there is no level difference there according to Rāmānujācārya Sampradaya. But here they talk about distinct differences. So that even relates to the idea that every Jivatma is unique in capability, jnana, and that is it, right? That is Madhva Sampradaya. We'll have to do some more research on that. That's what I know now. Okay, next verse he brings in support is, this verse I did not understand properly in the sense that it's probably taken up from some Puranas. Natvam atishayishyanti mukta vapi kathanchana madbhakti yoga jnana cha sarvan atishayishyasi iti cha. So if someone is addressed here by the Lord himself, and even in mukti no one will excel you, you will be better than everyone else in bhakti yoga and jnana. So someone mentioned here is the highest among everybody, including in moksha or in mukti also. So obviously, if you say somebody is highest, it could be Vayu or Lakshmi. Okay, that's what according to Madhvācārya, the highest among the jivas is actually Lakshmi. Next is Vayu. Why? Hari Sarvottama. So Lakshmi is taken as not completely jiva, I guess, because Vayu Jivottama they say. Hari Sarvottama, Vayu Jivottama they say. If Vayu is Jivottama, that is Vayu is the best among all the jivas, then where does Lakshmi fall? Is Lakshmi not a jiva then? Probably, according to Madhvācārya. So I have to figure this out. I have to find out exactly what is the status of Lakshmi. All I know is Lakshmi does not have Duḥkha-sparśa, or she has no connect with any sorrow ever. So in that sense, Lakshmi is very superior. So, but I don't know why they said Vayu is a Jivatama, but we'll figure that out in the next few classes.
Same doubt comes in Ahalya, Draupadi, Tara, and Ashwatthama, Baluvya. So Ashwatthama is graded first. He comes first. Ahalya comes first. So is it because it starts with A or A?
I don't know really. I have to look at that also. That's a complex
verse. Then Ahalya,
one.
Draupadi, Tara, Sita comes afterwards, after Ahalya. So this is very difficult to understand, all these verses.
Yeah, okay. Next. Samya vachanam to pracharya vachanam, pracharya vishayam, dukkha-bhava vishayam cha, tacca uktam dukkha-bhava paranando linga bheda samamataha, tathapi paramanando jnana bhedatu vidyate. Iti Narayana Ashtakshara Kalpe. So maybe the whole quotation is from Narayana Ashtakshara Kalpa. Here, what it says is, say, how does Madhvācārya deal with this statement? Say that Niranjanaha Paramam Samyam Upaiti is a Mundukopanishad Vachana, where it says the person after reaching Paramapada will have ultimate similarity with the Lord. And what is that ultimate similarity? If Madhvācārya says that you have to restrict that ultimate similarity only to 3 points. Absence of sorrow is common, that is similar. Achievement of Pūrṇānanda or full bliss is similar. Destruction of Liṅga Śarīra is common, that is the subtle Sharira is all gone for such jivas. That's also common. So these are the 3 points of commonality in moksha. But rest, the amount of jnana and bhakti, people differ. And also Paramananda jnana bheda, where they differ. There is something called Paramananda, it's the higher level of ananda probably, jnana bheda. And also the level of knowledge differs. Ato na vairagyam shruta adau atra vivakshitam nacha संकोचयमानं किंचित विद्यमान इतरत्र प्रयोगे महद्भिः श्रवणीयस्य श्रुतस्य च वेदादेः फलं प्राप्स्यसि इत्यर्थः. Hence, we should not understand Nirveda as Vairagya according to Madhvācārya. And even if you take Shrotavya, the heard issues as only something that was not the Viṣṇu-mahimā, or that was more like wrong promises given in the Vedas, like Swarga, that is attaining Swarga is ultimate and all those things. Sometimes Swarga is praised in the Vedas, like wrong promises, so becoming desireless, saying that okay, all this Swarga and all are nothing to me. This kind of a state that is not mentioned here. So this restricted meaning of Shruti is not supported by any pramana. Openly Madhvācārya says that is how Śaṅkarācārya and Rāmānujācārya takes the word Nirveda as Vairagya. But Madhvācārya boldly states that no pramana supports this view. Hence, meaning is you will attain Shravana Manana Ityadi Phala. So the meaning of this verse is Yadate moha kalilam buddhi vyatitarishyati. When the delusions or the impurity of delusions go away, then you will attain full benefit by the process of hearing Shravana, Manana, and Padasevana and worshipping Viṣṇu in different ways. So, because every word of the Vedas is still Viṣṇu only, refers to Viṣṇu only. So this is the summary meaning of the this verse. So he continues to say Nirveda is eternal benefit. Buddhi moho yada nasyad anyatha jnana lakshanaham shrotavya shrutasāpalyam tada prapnoti manavaham shruti margam prapannātu tadartha jnana niṣcala samadhenatu samadhanenatu punaraparokshacha niṣcala Viṣṇu prapsiti tadyogam mukto bhutva tadashnute iti paingi shruto visheshena pratipanna. This is a very interesting quotation given from Paingi Shruti. I was checking whether Paingi Shruti is mentioned in the Sri Vaishnava text. Actually, Sudarshana Suri mentions Paingi Shruti in one of his works. Probably in the Shruta Prakashika Jñāsādi Karma itself, he mentions Paingi Shruti. So Paingi Shruti is an accepted Shruti even among Sri Vaishnavas. But whether they refer to this particular verse or whether they find this verse is unknown. So here the Shruti is mentioning Buddhi moho yada nasyat anyatha jnana lakshanaha. That means anything which is when all the delusions which are of the form of wrong knowledge are all destroyed. Shrotavya shrutasāpalyam tada prapnoti manavaha. A human being attains whatever that is the completion or the fruits of hearing all the Shrutis, Shrotavya, Shrutasāpal, and all the Shrutis which are going to get heard later on. Shruti margam prapannātu tadartha jnana niṣcala. Once somebody surrenders to the meaning of the Vedas, and the knowledge becomes pure and established in such knowledge. Samadhanena tu punar aparokshacha niṣcala. Samadhanena tu punaha aparokshacha niṣcala. When samadhana means the mind becomes calm, and then that person gets aparoksha. Aparoksha means direct realization, and then mind is niṣcala, means there is absolutely no movement in the mind. The mind is stuck with one information, one that is Viṣṇu only. Viṣṇu prapsati tadyogam. Then that person attains yoga. So according to Madhvācārya, right here itself, yoga means connection to Viṣṇu. Connect with Viṣṇu. Mukto bhutva tadashnute. this kind of yoga comes only in mukti, not here. So as long as somebody is here in some way, they're still they need perfection. So once they go to moksha, they get this perfect yoga. Iticha paingi shrutau visheshena pratipanna. So in the paingi shruti, it is very clearly said here. Many of these may not be very may not be not acceptable. That means many of these issues may be acceptable to Rāmānujācārya also. Okay. However, Rāmānujācārya takes the verse to be different in that particular context. So in the second chapter context, all these things, according to Rāmānuja, is unsaid in the words of the shloka itself. Words of the shlokas indicate very little, but Madhvācārya has taken into the extreme high level of that view. But Madhvācārya supports his view by quoting Paingi Shruti, which exactly states similar words like how Krishna has said there. Shrotavya Shruta Sapalyam Tada Prapnoti Manavaha Buddhi Moha Yada Nasyat Anyatha Jnana Lakshana. This is very similar to the verse. So this is right from the Paingi Shruti. So it is Shruti Margam Prapannato Tadartha Jnana Niṣkāla Samadhanena tu Punaraparokshacha Niṣkāla Viṣṇu Prapsati Tadyogam Mukto Bhutva Tadashnate. This all fits in exactly with this particular verse. So Madhvācārya still holds that this is not about beginning of yoga or karma yoga or the beginning of jnana yoga. Actually, this is the perfect.
Is Paingi is a rishi, or who is he?
I don't know anything. I was also trying to find more information about Paingi Shruti. Only thing I could find was it is quoted. Paingi Rahasya. They say Paingi Rahasya Brahmana. I don't even know if people have a text of that or what is the content of that. I have to find it actually. If I find Paingi Rahasya Brahmana, I myself am very interested in this. If we can find it, then at least we have a text of Paingi Rahasya Brahmana. And unfortunately, out of the Vedas, so much has so much is not there. Lost. The 1,000 shakas of Samaveda, only 2 shakas are remaining, and 998 shakas are gone. Similarly, they say something about Rigveda. So if it is gone, it is fully gone. I think it's not that somebody is hiding somewhere and not showing to others or something. I don't think that's the case.
No, that's not the case.
Yeah. So while what we should think about is how the second chapter is understood by these 3 acharyas. For Madhvācārya, Jñāna means Viṣṇu Jñāna, Karma, Niṣkāma Karma, and that is the worship of Hari, and that is the essence of second chapter. So how do you get perfection? Second chapter teaches perfection. For that you do desireless worship as mentioned in the Vedas, and knowledge. So when you do that, you will get Jnana. What is the Jnana? Viṣṇu Jnana, complete understanding of who Viṣṇu is. And Viṣṇu is the Paratva Jnana. That means Viṣṇu is the highest. For Śaṅkarā, Jnana means Samkhya. That is Atma Jnana. So the thing is, the Atma and Anatma are the only 2 things. Everything else is Anatma. And see, let's leave it at that, because we have discussed Śaṅkarācārya in second chapter several times. And for Rāmānujācārya, Jnana means Jivatma Jnana, here in the second chapter. Karma Yoga is one portion of it. Karma Yoga will give you perfection of your mind. And how to do this? And in the second chapter, in the next few slokas, the verse Yukta Asita Matparaha is the only place where mention of Krishna is there, or mention of Paramatma in the second chapter, visibly, explicitly. It is only in the Yukta Asita Matparaha. For Madhvācārya text, no. Secretly, Krishna is mentioned everywhere in second chapter. But look around and see, and that's what the Shrotavya Shruta. The moment Shruti comes, he says every word of Shruti means Viṣṇu only. So whenever Shruti is mentioned, Viṣṇu is mentioned. So you cannot take the second chapter in that way. So this is how these three acharyas differ in second chapter. Actually, I can say confidently, it would take easily several PhDs just to work on this concept that the commentaries of these acharyas on the second chapter, if they do this serious study of this, probably they can get a couple of PhDs in this. Anyway, today I have the next verse I wanted to take up, because it's a large verse, because Madhvācārya differs from other acharyas. I want to take some time going deeper. Was this too deep or wasteful, or did I repeat a lot of what I said in the last class?
No, it's not at all a waste.
Okay, very good. Hopefully this was useful. What we will do is today we will stop the class here, and we can take up next week the next verse, and we'll quickly try to somehow finish the Sthita Prajna portion of the second chapter. Now we are at 52, 53. I think maybe like 20 plus verses are there remaining. 72 maybe, 72 verses are in second chapter, I think. Okay, all right. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Hayavadana Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Pramastu.
Thank you.
Namaskaram.
Namaskar. If you have any questions, send it to me, write it on the link or something like that. We could answer.